So my name is Reilley. Welcome to my yard. Today we're starting the install of our mushroom beds. And we're starting by collecting a bunch of cubic yards of fire mitigated mulch. So all of these trees were collected by a local company called Lamb Tree Service in Evergreen. And they were chipped up, and we're gonna use them as fuel for our mushroom beds. So what the objective is today is before our class to get all of this on the ground because it's pine. So we're trying to gas what is in these pine and different conifer trees because their pH is really high. So because they have a high pH, they're really antimicrobial, which means that things don't want to grow on them. So now that all of it's been chipped up, we're gonna lay it on the ground for 2 weeks before we try to put mushrooms on top of it, because then it'll be super good food for our mushrooms. And a lot of people think that mushrooms cannot grow on conifer trees, but I'm here to tell you that they can if you let them gas long enough. And that's where they might not be the most efficient substrate for mushrooms, but if you're going after fire mitigation, you're trying to hold moisture in the ground and you're trying to increase the mycelium and just how bioactive and available your land is, chipping up your trees so that they're not giant matchsticks in a forest so that you can make a mushroom bed is a pretty good thing to do with them. And that's how we got started here at the Lucky Ranch, is that we were trying to save the ranch with fire mitigation. So we started doing different fire mitigation techniques and offering classes to try to help afford it. So this is a good day to install our mushroom bed.
Content presented in Cheshire Corners is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult a legal professional if you have any questions or concerns about the content of this disclaimer, this series, or the legal implications surrounding psychedelic substances in your jurisdiction.
Welcome to Cheshire Corners. My name is Rita Tsalyuk, and let's trip together through the looking glass. Today at the studio, we have Reilley's title. She is an activist. She is extremely knowledgeable about mushrooms. She loves to build community, helping people. She has a lab, and she will tell us all about it. And she's extremely excited about all her projects, and we're excited to have her here. Welcome. Tell me, Reilley, what do you do?
My name's Reilley, and I own Lucky Ranch Foraging Company in Evergreen, Colorado. I started it in 2023, and I was inspired to do so because I had listened to Jeff Ravage on the Mushroom Hour talk about cold fire projects, and I had experienced my first wildfire burning one of the most beautiful areas I'd ever lived in. And when I got to move to the Lucky Ranch, I asked myself, how can I help this piece of land exist for as long as possible? And I started learning about my own backyard. I started a classroom in Evergreen that functions as a community lab with 2 flow hoods, lots of workbenches, and multiple bag sealers, instructors, and teaching equipment so that we can flourish a community of kindness through fungi. So then this is Learning Lab. So I saw this. I was sitting outside. I live with my landlord, who's a man that needs a lot of help, and I was helping him after the doctor, and I saw this banner, and it said that there was space for rent, and I was like, I wonder what it looks like. And this is what it looked like. And they took me in this dirty, weird exercise studio thing with no closets, and I stood in there and I said, oh my God, we can turn this into a laboratory. And then before I knew it, all these people were helping me that had volunteered for me previously to turn it into a lab. And this is my 3rd cup. And it's so cool to get to talk here because I was volunteering the first year, the second, I think I might've competed the second year, and then here we are now, but there's just so much growth and so much community to be had here. I really want to keep holding this classroom, and I want the community to be aware that it exists and that they can set up all of their materials in our flow hood. We also have integration counselors ready to help, and we have all kinds of resources. You can go on our website and you can reach out at contact@luckyranchlab.com. I would love to hear from you. I'm trying to build a community of kindness through fungi, and I need as many people in the mycelial network as I can find to help pull that off.
So then we also do clothing drives. So this is just a portion of the clothing we collected, but on December 8th of last year, I was able to clothe the entire Salvation Army in 4 hours in the Denver metro area, and several women's shelters, and an elementary school. And yeah. And I just put a bunch of flyers on the internet, and I put them on light posts. We take their clothing and we take it to places like that and give it directly to people who need it. My goal is to get 100 coats. And I just couldn't believe it that people on Reddit saw me and that they brought me 400 coats. I just couldn't even believe it. And it was so like, I think that there are these programs that exist. And if you don't know about this, you can feed the homeless in front of 16th Street, the Federal Reserve. You can feed them every Sunday and every Monday. And I met people there that I didn't know that you could be homeless for 10 years. And they would have clothing vouchers and different things. And I'd be like, wow, they don't have a car. Like, how are they ever going to use this at Goodwill? And I don't know, but it's really cool. There's a lot of opportunities to help people in Denver.
I forgot to ask everybody to like us, to subscribe, to put comments, and to find information about Reilley. Find her website and social media. And let's build communities here. We're all different. Sometimes we disagree, but let's work on something that puts us all together. I think that makes us same. We all here kind of feel that we're part of one. Yeah. With all our differences, I think we still feel that we're part of one.
Yeah, and we're all messengers for different people,
Okay.
And that's why we all uphold each other, because we're all Team Mushroom.
Oh my God, you look like Tarzan.